Good morning, everyone. Good morning, student. Today, I'm taking new chapter, and this is tissue. We have studied about the cell, different part of cell, and different cell organelles present in cell. Now the next chapter is tissues. We have to study in this chapter plant tissue and animal tissues. Kindly tell me if anyone knows what is tissue. What is tissue?
Tissue is made up of.
Anyone can reply? What is tissue?
Can I?
Tissue is a group of cells. Some cells come together and perform a specific function for the body is called tissue. A single cell working on its own would achieve very little inside an animal or plant. So many similar cells lying side by side work together as a team to perform the same function. Such groups are called tissues. Just like when a person unable to do a particular function, we need some more person and be a part of team. And with the help of this team, we can do that particular work. Same here, the cell come together and perform a specific function for the body is called tissue. Tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. Most plant and animals possesses a tissue system. They have a system, a complete system of tissue. The human body, in human body, has an epithelial tissue which cover the first layer of the skin. Then the muscular tissue made up of muscle and work and perform the function of muscle, which by contraction and being about movement. From this we can move, we can contract our body, we can relax. In a plant, the conducting tissue conduct water upward from the roots, from the soil to the aerial part, and the food prepared from the leaves to the other part of the plant. There are different function in which, suppose muscle cell perform the function of muscle, respiratory tissues perform the function of respiration. So we are having so many groups of tissues. Relationship between tissue, organ and organ system and organism. Have a look. The smallest unit of a living body. Smallest unit of living organism is cell. When some cell combine together, it make tissue. It means group of cell, right? When some tissues combine together or line together, it forms organ. It is called group of tissues. Then these organs, some particular organs work together to perform a specific function for the body is known as system. Group of organ. And many systems work in a body group of systems. The smallest unit of a body is cell. When some cells work together for a specific function, it is called tissue. When some tissues come together to work for a system, for an organ, it is known as organ. When some organs combine together, it forms a system. When different kinds of system found in a body, it makes the whole body of a living organism. Just like organ, we take example of digestive system. We are having mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestine. These are the different organs, and the system is known as digestive system. But in a body, there are different kinds of system like digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system. So this is the whole process of a higher living organism that have in their body. Smallest unit is cell, then tissue, organs, systems, and whole body of a living being. Relationship between tissue, organ, and this is all this thing. Now, plant tissues. We first take the tissue present in plant, and that is plant tissue. There are two types of plant tissue. Plant tissue. Two types of plant tissue. These are meristematic tissues. In this tissue, cell keep dividing. Meristem means dividing. The cell is keep on dividing. It means it increase the size of a plant or a increase in diameter of plant. These are called meristematic tissues. And the second one is permanent tissue. In this tissue, they lose the dividing capacity. They do not divide further. Tissue, non-dividing and specialized cell. First we take meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. In this, there are different kinds of tissue found in all growing parts of the plant. This type of tissue found in all growing plant. When a plant in a small plant, it increase in size in a after 15 days. Then after 1 month, it increase its size due to this meristematic tissue, because it is continuously divide its cell. So this type of tissue found in all growing parts of the plant. also present between the bark and the wood of trees, where it leads to growth in the diameter of the stem. Have a look. There is a different parts of meristematic tissue. It is a these are the meristem. It has cells, nucleus. This is the leaf, then meristem. From this, all parts are growing at the tip of the plant. These tissues are found at the tip of the plant. What is the chief characteristics of meristematic tissue? In this tissue, the characteristics of cell, it means which type of character they have. They have cells are small, and usually cubical. Usually cubical in size. It means they are in cube. Length and width are equal. Then wall is thin. They have thin cell wall. And nuclei are large. It means it has more than one nuclei. So these are large. Nuclei are large. These are the characteristics of vacuole, almost absent. Almost absent. Generally, there is no vacuole in this tissue. Vacuoles are absent. Cell tightly packed with almost no intercellular space. They are tightly packed. Means just the cells are combined together. They do not have space in between them. The cells actively divide, adding new cells to the plant. They are on keep dividing. Actively divide new cell. Then new cells thus produce. And the last one is no intercellular space. It means one cell, it divide into two. This two cell again divide into two. This two again divide into two. Again this two into two. Two into two. Two into two. These are the cell division. From this one cell, it forms two cells. From these two cells, it forms four cells. And from these four cells, it make 2 to 4 or 8 cells. This is the process of dividing cell. So it introduce new cells to the plant and increase in size and diameter. Meristematic tissue can be classified into two categories: apical meristem and lateral meristem. The plant tissue are divided into two parts: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Again, this meristematic tissue is divided into two parts: apical meristem or terminal. terminal meristem. This is located near the tip of the roots. It means it increase in below the ground also. So it is found in tip of the root. It means from the tip they found here. From they keep dividing and the increase in size. They keep dividing and increase in size. Keep dividing and increase in size. This found in tip of the roots and stem, and also in the growing young leaves near the tip of stem. The location of this tissue is tip of the roots, tip of the stems, and all growing parts of the plant. Then the next is lateral or cambium meristem. Lateral or cambium meristem. This type of tissue found alongside here. This is the situated below the bark and is responsible for increase in girth or diameter of the stem. They are found here in this side. Keep dividing and forms new. Keep dividing, and then it increases the diameter of a plant. So these tissues are responsible for the increase in diameter of plant. This is all about the meristematic tissue, which has the capacity to divide cell. The next is permanent tissue. The second part of plant tissue is permanent tissue. Are made up of cells which has lost their ability to divide. It lost its dividing capacity. It loses its dividing capacity. They take a permanent shape to perform some permanent function. They take a permanent function, just like our body. After a particular age, a person can stop growing. A person stop growing due to this permanent tissue. We cannot increase in size continuously. So this type of tissue loses its dividing capacity or no further increase in size and in diameter. They take a permanent shape and perform some permanent function. They may be living or dead. In this tissue, the cell may be living or dead. And dead cells do not have nucleus present in it. Dead cell means no nucleus is there. Nucleus is absent. According to the function performed, the permanent tissue are of three types. The permanent tissue again divided into three types: protective, supportive, and conductive. Protective, supportive, and conductive. The first one is protective. Permanent tissue are three types. First is protective. As the name given, the tissues, this type of tissue perform the function of protection. It protects the plant by injury, jerk, and from enemies. The cells with thick cell wall. It has thick cell wall, so no one can harm it. Then found on the surface of roots, stems, and leaves. found on the surface of roots, stems and leaves. And the example of this, epidermis of leaves. The first layer of leaves, which secrete a waxy waterproof material. This material is coated by cutin. So this protects the plant from the any injury or enemies. Coat cells are in the bark, contain another strong waterproof material. Cork cell, the outermost layer of plant, is known as cork. Outermost, the brown hard part of a plant is known as bark. Supporting tissue. The next is supporting tissue. It supports the plant in different ways. The supportive tissue support the plant in different ways. Again, this is of three types. Supportive tissue, again three types. The first one is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. The first one is supportive tissue. First one is parenchyma. The characteristics of this type of tissue are large, thin walled. They have large, thin walled. Large, thin walled. Oval, circular or polygonal in shape. They may be oval, circular or polygonal. They may be in this shape also. Usually a single large vacuole is present. In this, a single large vacuole is present. Found in soft part of the plant. It found in soft part of the plant like this. This is, it has from cortex of large single vacuole is present. It has large single vacuole. It has large vacuole. It has large vacuole present in them, found in soft part of the plant, such as in cortex, outer region and in the pith central region. These tissue are found in soft part of the plant. From cortex of root. This is the structure, is a parenchyma tissue and thin cell wall. They have thin cell wall but large. It's surrounded by all part of the cell. Thin cell wall, single large vacuole. It has single large vacuole with nucleus in it. With nucleus in it. Then it may store food in potatoes. Sometimes this type of tissue stored food. This is the cell wall. Large vacuole, nucleus, and there is some fat granules. It stores fat for the plant. This is stored fat for the plant. Some parenchyma cells, particular in the leaf, contains chloroplast. Some cell of parenchyma contains chloroplast. It means they have chlorophyll and perform the function of photosynthesis and are termed as chlorenchyma. Some parenchyma has chlorophyll. Due to this, it is known as, it is called chlorenchyma. What is it called? Chlorenchyma. And chlorenchyma help the leaf to produce food for the plant by photosynthesis. This is all about the parenchyma. There are three types of permanent tissue, protective tissue. In this tissue, epidermal cells, tissues, but supportive tissue are of three types. Parenchyma, it has oval, circular or polygonal in shape, have large thin wall, large vacuole, and found in soft part of the plant. They may store food for the plant in term of starch. Some parenchyma contains chlorophyll. Due to this chlorophyll, it is called chlorenchyma and it performs photosynthesis. This is all about the parenchyma. The next part of supportive tissue is cholenchyma. The second part of supportive tissue of plant is cholenchyma. Choline means glue. Choline means glue. As the name given glue, it means what is the function of this? It can fix the plant. Made up of cells which are elongated and have the cell wall is thickened at the corners. It means they are having intercellular space and this space is filled with this glue, with this colon. Elongated, long. They are in elongated cell. This type. They have the intercellular space in them. They are thickened at the corners. They are at this here, the corners, they are thickened here at the corners. It is found in the leaf of stalk and below the epidermis of stem. It found in at the stalk of leaves. This is the stalk. This is the stalk. There is a thick deposition we see here. This is the cholenchyma, epidermis of the stem. This tissue helps to support the plant, parts of plant. Due to this, we cannot pluck the leaf easily. This is all about the cholenchyma. The third part of permanent tissue of supportive tissue is sclerenchyma. In this, sclerus, it means hard. The nature of the characteristic of this type of tissue is they are hard in, composed of long narrow cell. They are having long but narrow cells. The cells are long and They are long and narrow cell which have become dead. These cells are dead cell. Dead cell. These cells develop very thick walls due to the deposition of lignin. What they have? They have a thick cell wall. This type. They have a thick cell wall due to the deposition of lignin. Cell wall thickened. This is the above three categories, namely parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma, are group of simple tissue. These are the group of simple tissues, each being made up of only one type of cell. They are having only one type of cell. Either it is parenchyma, it is collenchyma, it is apical or lateral meristem. So these are having only one type of cell. So this type of tissues are known as simple tissue. Here is a bird, fiber and stones. Have you seen the rocks, mats, certain textiles are made from plant fibers such as those of linen and hemp. These fibers are the sclerenchyma cell. The fiber of outer layer of coconut made up of jute, and from this we can prepare ropes, mats, and etc. These type of cell are which type of cell are they? They are sclerenchyma cell. The hard walnut shell, akhroot, the outer covering of akhroot, walnut. It is very hard, and the gritty masses in the skin, the pulp of pear. This is the fiber, the outer covering of walnut is called fiber. It is fiber. But in pears are made up of sclerenchyma cell, here known as stone cell. It is also made up of from sclerenchyma. But in pears there is some stones we feel while eating. These type of cell is also sclerenchyma, but here they are known as stone cells. Here they are known as stone cells. This is all about the tissues, simple tissues present in plant. If you have any question, you can ask kindly. Yes, have you a problem, anyone? We will take conducting tissue. Conduct means to take some substance one space to the another. It is known as conduction. It is also called a vascular tissue. You can ask if anyone can have problem. Yes. Okay. The next is conductive tissue. It is also called the vascular tissue, providing a passage for water and dissolved minerals to move up and down in the plant. The xylem and phloem are the two types of conductive tissue. Xylem and phloem are the two types of conductive tissue. Xylem is responsible for absorb water and minerals from the soil and take this water and mineral to the aerial parts of the plant. This is the conduction of water and mineral with the help of xylem. But food is prepared by the green parts of the plant or leaves. This also may have to transport to old part of the plant. This work is done by with the help of tissue known as phloem. The food transportation is done by the phloem, and xylem and phloem having more than one type of cell, so they are called complex tissue. They are they are having four type of different tissues, different cells, and these four type of cells combine together and perform a particular function for the plant, so they are called complex tissue. It is also known as conductive tissue, and the one more name for both collectively is vascular tissue. This is all about the conductive tissue. We will take one by one. Xylem. The first tissue is xylem. Cells are elongated and thick walled. The cells are elongated, long in shape, and having thick walled. These walls are somewhat in form of tubular passes. They are having in tube in shape and passes for the movement of solution, water and mineral. So they have passes. They provide for upward movement. They take water from soil to aerial parts of the plants, so they have upward movement of water and dissolved mineral absorbed from the soil by the roots to other parts of the plant. Older xylem. Xylem means wood. Older xylem become wood. Tissue, xylem tissue forms the wood and does not participate in transport. Old xylem means wood. It means they lose their working capacity, and they do not take part in any transportation. So this is the all about the xylem. Xylems are having four types of different cells. Xylem having four types of different cell. We will take this xylem different types of cell tomorrow. There are four types of cells are tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. So we will study about this four types of cell of xylem tomorrow. If you have any confusion, any doubt, you can ask. Kindly, anyone can ask any question. And the question answer of chapter 1, I will give you in assignment.